Uh, just, I know it's kind of a back and forth game, but you never trailed, and you got the job done tonight or today.
Yeah, found a way to win. There was some good. I'm sure they'd say the same thing. Good, and then some not so good, with just trading chances that coaches don't love to see. But I thought both teams had just coming off the break, a game yesterday. We travel, and they played last night as well. And I thought just a little bit of like the energy, physicality wasn't at the top that maybe it usually would be. But like you said, we found a way to win. We got to save when we needed to. Power play stepped up when we needed it to. So we'll take it. Some of the games in this league are kind of like that. You got to grind your way through.
As I say, as a team, I think you're 8-1-2 now in your last 11. Mm-hmm. What's been working well for you the last several weeks here?
Well, it's funny. Like defensively, I think it's been one of our weaker stretches of the season. It's been up and down. We've defended well, and then we've just outscored mistakes some other time. There's been 3 games I think we won 6-5 in that stretch, right? And that's not sustainable. But our team's gone through a lot of changes. We've gotten some players from Columbus, like a lot of teams have during the Olympic break. We got some players healthy, so all of a sudden we've got this depth that we haven't had anything close to up to this point in the year. So part of that is just better players, depth, where you can roll 4 lines and you can roll 6D, and that's a big part of that too. And then the defensive kind of ups and downs that we're going through right now. Roles have changed with some of those new additions, and we're kind of working through the growing pains right now of that. But we've been finding ways to win. We've been finding ways to win more than we've been finding ways to lose. Most of them have been 1-goal tight games. But I'll give credit to our group, even on the days that we don't defend as well as I'd like to consistently. We find ways to generate as much as we give up defensively, we generate on the offensive side. It's kind of one of those. When we defend well, we don't get as much offense. When we don't defend as well, we get a lot of, so we're still trying to find the consistent game that you need to have at the time of the year coming up.
I want to ask about your captain, because, obviously the captain of an AHL team plays a pretty big role in the room, helping you guys out. But when you have a guy that could also, score a game winner in the overtime, how nice is it when you could fill both roles for you, kind of?
Oh, well, I mean, it just, when your leader like he is, drives on the ice, it just, everything means more. If you can say everything, right, but if you can't walk the walk, it doesn't carry as much weight. And he's a guy that I've had for the better parts of 4 seasons, and I know what he's all about, and he brings it on a day-to-day basis. He's a good teammate, and as you can see, like he's a big part of our team winning hockey games out there. He's not just the moral leader. He contributes out there, and that's just, you don't win in this league without guys like that. It's the most important thing for young players to see, how he comes to the rink every day, the way he prepares, the way he treats his teammates, the way he demands more from his teammates, and then the way he shows up when it counts.
I want to ask about Corson Kulemans too, because third-year pro, and last year, the year before, maybe not much of a role or in and out of the lineup, but I think having a career year this year. What's sort of been the difference from him, entering year 3 here?
Well, yeah, I mean, I almost think of it as year 2, because he was in and out of the lineup in year 1 as a young player. Consistency wasn't there, and we had a good team, and then year 2, he found his groove and gets hurt in January, done for the year. And so this year, just playing reps, and felt like we were gaining traction last year in January, and then the legs kind of get chopped out from underneath you, and you kind of have to start back a little bit and rebuild. But he's gotten to a good place where he understands what his role is going to be in pro hockey, and that's a lot of what, especially for defensemen, like first and second year is figuring out, what am I? And we always say you don't know what a pro defenseman really is until the 250 game mark. That's when they're, okay, this guy's, we know what he is, we know what his ceiling is, we know what kind of player he is, we know what role, and Cools isn't even close to that, but he's starting to find that 200-foot 5-on-5 defenseman that defends hard, kills lines, can skate, and then he's got that first round ability, right, that he can contribute on the offensive side. So it's overall this season, just happy to have him for after last year, and keep pushing him to. We've identified what we think he's going to be, which is the first step, and now it's pushing to be that as consistently as possible.
How much of it is just a confidence thing for him too, like getting into a groove this season?
Big time. big time. It's I mean, you need reps. You need to be available. That's the greatest ability is availability, right? And that's something that he's struggled with in his first 2 years. And so that just builds confidence. Just playing 20 minutes every night now that he's earned, going against the best players, and you find yourself as it goes tipping the ice more and more in your direction. The more you play, and so that's reps. That's what this league ultimately is for, right? Like it's to make sure players get the reps, but learn how to win while doing that.